This is my assignment for semester 2 TD3 Framework level, and I've improved the level from last time. I'm just going to be showcasing everything. So you can see the UI, and I've changed it, like the position, and I've changed the color of the box, and I've also added two new weapons, and also the default weapon I changed to a machine gun. So you can see, and I've also added more ammo for the default weapon, which is the machine gun. And I've also changed the font for, you can see, for the UI. So I'm just going to be showing around the level. And you can see right there I reduced the radius a bit, but I didn't completely reduce it since it was hard to attack the enemies. That would have made it difficult. And here I just stood still to see if the enemy attacks, and yeah, and they attack, and they do a considerable amount of damage. So the second weapon you can see is a mortar, and the third is a laser. So the second mortar, that's explosive. But I mostly rely on the default weapon since that has the most ammo. And I've also made it so that there's no ammo packs since there's already enough ammo, so it's quite limited. But here you can see this area of texture painted. And you can see I was using a mortar there and a laser, but the best way would be to just attack it with the default weapon. So we'll quickly took care of that enemy. And you can see for the score that it went up quite a bit after destroying these enemies, since they give more of a score. Just regular enemies that only do like that only give a score of 100. And here, this is where I showed the weapon. So the mortar weapon, you can see that's like a red rocket, and a laser beam. So that's green. Since I added the particle effects in for the laser. So there's a few checkpoints. And there's also the texture paint, which I forgot to mention for the sculpts and also the erosion. Since I was going for the whole moon base thing, I thought I'd add the texture paint there. So you can see the enemies start to do, some of them have more of a range, and some of them did more damage. So I try to keep it balanced. And I also forgot to mention about the mesh, since I removed it, and I just made it so that the sculpts instead of the mesh, since it was all stretched, and yeah, I removed that. There's also in the top right of the UI, the mission bar is blue instead, and the ammo bar, if I haven't mentioned it, I changed that to orange. The health and armor, however, I only changed the brightness or saturation of that. So there's pickups here, and then down here is the other enemies. These are the regular ones, I'm sure, and but they do some damage. They do quite a lot of damage. So you can see that the armor went down a bit. And then next up, that was the last area. The last area is this boss area. So here I just took out the not the boss first, but the other ones, since they do a lot of damage. So it was effective to take them down. I used the laser there, which is why you can see that I can do a lot of damage. So if I stand still, and I see the boss's damage. So you can see it constantly shoots rockets. It doesn't do that much damage, it just shoots a lot until it depletes the armor and health. But the other enemies that were guarding the boss, the other heavy turrets, were like the main damage dealers, which is why I had to take them out first. But the boss is also really durable because I was using the laser right there, but yeah, it takes a while for it to get destroyed. So you can see the mission is complete, and that unlocks the end point. And that was that moon base I still kept, and those are the stats. Only the kills contribute to the score. And I still wanted to show one thing here, which was the damage of the other enemies next to the boss. So here I just went back for the checkpoint just in case. So first I stood still and just to show the damage of the other enemies next to the boss, the guards, or heavy turrets. So it wasn't as accurate, but if you get hit, so if you keep an eye on the armor, so when it triggers, when it hits, you can see if I was to stay still there, I'd probably insta kill. Yeah, as you can see right there. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show. Yeah, that was use the laser beam a bit. You can see that's why I kept it limited, since I wanted it to do a lot of damage. And that's all I wanted to show, the texture paint also, you can see. I decided to use that on the sculpts and also the craters. That's the final level for assignment 4. So thanks for watching.